At the start of the movie, for kids, Sai, Noi, Jerd, and Tet are presented. For kids are making their way to the woods. In the middle of the bush, they come to a stop at a home. A well-known legend said that the mansion was haunted by a restless spirit. And it ends the life of the individual who comes here at night. Jerd laughs it off after hearing it. These children then engage in a game of hide-and-seek. Subsequently, Sai and Noi took refuge in the same home. Sai discovers a package at that residence. She peers inside and discovers nothing. But we do see a head shadow on Sai's posterior. Sai, the same girl who has grown up, reappears after a long period of time. That is when Sai is dozing off on his bed. She discovers the blood-stained bed upon awakening. And she starts wiping it down. Sai works as a dermatologist. She is relocating to a hospital. She later runs into his beloved Jerd. He reaches inside her hospital, chasing her. Jerd attempts to motivate her while expressing his affection for her. There is nobody in the hospital at that moment, so he invites Sai to accompany him. A woman arrives there in the meanwhile carrying her injured child. Sai attends to him right away. That woman tells Sai that Krasu has been harming the hens of her neighbors. Additionally, Sai and Jerd are informed by the woman's husband that some people have seen Krasu. Krasu is a ghostly figure who preys on animals and night owls during the night. The woman advises them to keep their windows closed and doors closed to keep Krasu out. As they go, Sai tells Jerd that she misses Noi. Furthermore, Noi is the same child who had spent that evening at that residence with Sai. Sai admits that she is clueless as to where he is. How is he going to act? Sai learns that her father would be watching out for Krasu tonight while having dinner with her grandparents. When Sai's buddy gets there, they discuss Jerd and her marriage to him. However, Sai disregards these discussions. While Sai is sleeping at night, Krasu and the woodland cottage are what she dreams about. When she wakes up in the morning, the blood-stained bed is there. And it was greater than it had ever been. Every window was open, and Sai's corpse was bleeding. Sai is starting to worry about it. When the hospital is about to close, Sai invites Jerd to accompany her to the cottage in the wilderness. When they move into that residence, they run across their childhood pal Noi. Additionally, there is a group of people with Noi, who are Krasu's hunters who scare the villagers by narrating Krasu's tales. They watch as Krasu starts by abusing the chickens. Following the death of the chickens, they prey on the goats, buffaloes, and cows. And in order to sate their appetite, they pursue humans. The head of a killed Krasu has been brought by the leader of the Krasu hunters. He tells the locals that Krasu's spit is also spelt in the water. And if a female drinks it, she turns into Krasu. In the boy's instance, his entire body has started to hurt. He is killed by this excruciating suffering. After hearing his tale, the terrified people let him remain in the community. And Sai makes all the hospital arrangements for Noi's stay. While Jerd and his companion supply Noi with clothing and other secondary necessities. Sai, on the other hand, felt uncomfortable. She also tells Jerd that she would prefer to travel alone. Speaking, she strolls by herself. The following morning when she awakens, she finds the blood-stained bed once more and throws up blood. Furthermore, Sai is aware that the buffalo has been devoured, marking its demise. It was clear that everyone suspected Krasu. Then Noi informs Sai that Jerd has joined that bunch of hunters as well. He informs Jerd, they are wicked. Stay away from them. Jerd, however, does not take Noi's comments seriously. He keeps on, I have joined with this gang to safeguard the peasants. Jerd visits Sai before going off to hunt with the Krasus at night. He requests that she close the windows and doors. After saying it, he walks away. Then Sai starts to experience uncomfortable, excruciating pain. Sai becomes into Krasu at first glance. This is where it becomes apparent that Sai was truly Krasu. Her dreams every night weren't just fantasies, they were grounded in fact. At the same time, the body of Sai's son vanished. She then approaches those hunters from Krasu. Then Sai, Krasu, is seen soaring over the skies. And the hunters open fire on her. Jerd then returns with that lady's son. Noi notices Krasu Sai as she makes her way back. Noi pursues her and discovers she has entered Sai's chamber. Upon peering through the glass, he is shocked to see that Sai is actually Krasu. He's terrified. Sai is disappointed not to see Noi at the hospital when she arrives the following morning. Noi raced in terror after learning about Sai's true nature. Sai is in need of help right now. In contrast, her closest friend abandons her. As Noi entered the temple, she fainted from terror. He queries the monk regarding Krasu. He claims that while this spirit has been residing among people for a while, it is not dangerous. And these ghosts are not other spirits, rather, they are humans who enchant things with dark magic. And they have become ghosts due to their deceptive spell. Consequently, guys assume the appearance of Crane while girls become Krasu. Krasu is the one I'm closest to, Noi informs him. The monk responds, "Don't make any hasty decisions. You ought to make your decision from memory." When Noi turns into Krasu at night, she delivers Sai a lot of dead hens. She stays inside, devouring those hens. When Sai gets to the hospital the following morning, she sees Noi. It pleases her to see him. Noi used to bring Sai a large number of hens every night after that. Hence, she doesn't think she needs to go outdoors. The fact that Krauser has not been sighted by the people even after a month has further startled them. Jerd is among those hunters still. While Noi is making an attempt to find a cure. The monk informs Noi about the Krasu herb plant. After consuming it, a Krasu starts to resemble a regular person. Sai is attending to a hospitalized youngster. When Noi gets there, he gives Sai some juice. She takes it and sets it away. That young girl drinks Sai's remaining juice. With her remaining juice, that little girl is likewise spelt. She's become Krasu as well. Her parents are upset as they see their daughter change. They address the Krasu hunter as well. Calling, the leader of the Krasu hunters entices her with a dead lizard. They entrap the little girl, put her to death, and remove her heart. Ted questions the parents, when did she become Krasu? They report that after leaving the hospital, she changed into Krasu. Now that Sai is Krasu, Ted has suspicions. And she's the reason that little girl became into Krasu. When she gives it some thought, Sai is furious since she caused the death of a little girl. She also wants to avoid falling prey to these bounty hunters like the little girl did. And Noi is still with Sai right now, and Sai asks him to accompany her into the forest. Because Sai used to have nightly dreams about that house. And Sai reasoned that there was the answer to this dilemma. Ted had been watching Sai, so he sees that Noi and Sai are heading there. Sai and Noi arrive to the house's edge in the forest. Sai also receives that Krasu herb. When she eats the herb, Sai feels cozy. By ingesting this plant, Sai will be freed from that enchantment, which pleases both of them. And she won't have to go looking for anything. Jerd and the Krasu hunters come there at the same time. Jerd begins to beat Noi, losing his rage, as he notices their intimacy. Conversely, Sai manages to get away with using that herb. Every hunter is after her. Sai enters the home and approaches the box before stepping inside. Something flashes back in her consciousness. When Sai had concealed herself here, she was mesmerized by that Krasu, much as when they used to play hide and seek. She finds out about Krasu's disaster as well. There, Sai's memories come back to life. To put an end to Sai, every hunter enters the home. Sai is furious to see them. And Krasu is transformed into her. She eliminates both of their members by attacking them one at a time. Jerd comes into the home after hearing the pistol discharge. He realizes Ted is about to shoot Sai. Jerd advances to halt Ted. Ted, however, strikes Jerd after growing irate. Jerd suffers severe injuries and passes out. The presence of Krasu causes a severe storm to break out. Noi then takes Sai from there after a period of quiet. The next day, the villagers learn that a large number of Krasu hunting members had perished. Furthermore, Krasu murdered them, no one else did. Among the deceased are the bodies of villagers. The locals erupt in rage upon seeing them. Ted then arrives there while carrying an injured Gerd. Ted tells his parents that Krasu is to blame for his illness. When they get in the wilderness, Krasu is being pursued. Afterwards, Krasu had murdered 2 of their group. This is also revealed by him, as Sai is actually Krasu. When the villagers hear it, they collectively plan to murder Sai in a nasty manner. And they flee in rage from that place. When Noi realizes what they are talking about, she rushes up to Sai. In order for him to shield her from telling the entire tale. Sai is in discomfort and looks for those herbs as well. Because of their proximity, Noi experiences the same suffering. Finally, he too is fascinated. Hunters and villagers are forbidden by Sai's father from doing this. They threaten to kill Sai and set fire to her house in retaliation. Sai's father summons him outside the home at the same moment. After consuming the plant, Sai exits the house without changing into Krasu. When Ted sees her in her regular form, he is shocked. He accuses Sai of being Krasu and being causing the villagers' deaths. Conversely, Sai places the responsibility on Ted and his friends. She discloses that they attempted to trick me by kidnapping her the previous evening. She claims that Gerd has freed me from their grasp. Ted needs to get out of there, then. When Gerd enters his home, he discovers Ted is concealed inside. Ted gives him a biting attack. Gerd is also spelt and changes into Crane after getting bitten. Girls become Krasu after it, while guys become cranes. Since Ted was Crane, he used to break people's hearts after murdering them. This event has a complicated backstory. In reality, Crane is a demon, and Krasu is his wife. When she had experienced human affection. As Krasu and the human are on the run, Crane traps them with death traps. He deprives Krasu of her heart. Crane has a fierce desire for vengeance ever since that day. Since Sai still consumes the herb every night, she no longer turns into Krasu. As Noi looks for a solution, things became worse for Gerd. His parents are also concerned about him. Ted destroys all of those plants, removing Sai's regular state's treatment. With only 2 herbs remaining, they are at a loss on what to do. Noi can't seem to find its meds either. In an attempt to get out of this predicament, Noi invites Sai to travel to Hong Kong with him. When Sai enters into Gerd's home, she is disappointed to see him in this state. Gerd tells her, "I know you are Krasu. I knew that you had forbidden me from going with you at that time. I also witnessed you consuming buffalo. It was the reason for joining the gang of hunters. In order for him to shield Sai from the people." Sai feels compelled to stay with Gerd. When all of the escape preparations are finished and Noi is waiting for Sai. Then Sai is prepared to go as well. The father of Sai then shows up. He brings her to the location where the folks are gathered. He brings her there to ensure the protection of both her and the locals, as well as to shield her from the Krasu designation. Ted, on the other hand, irritates Gerd by claiming that Sai is lying to you and running away with Noi. He constantly gets Gerd upset. He turns into Crane in a fit of fury. Sai's suffering has also begun. The biggest issue was that she was now devoid of any herbs. She transforms into Krasu out of nowhere, right in front of everyone. The peasants start shooting at her out of fear. It seems as though Sai takes off into the wilderness. They choose to burn Sai's corpse during their attack in order to get rid of Krasu. Sai's father also makes a concerted effort to dissuade them from doing it. In the meantime, Ted and Gerd, who transform into Crane, also show up. Gerd acquires Krasu. Noi brings to his attention Sai's, now Krasu, reality. So as not to hurt her. Then, with the intention of finishing Sai, Ted strikes her. In an effort to save Sai, Gerd and Ted argue. Conversely, Sai's body sustains severe injuries from beatings by villagers. Ted and Gerd are engaged in an intense altercation. Ted finally breaks Gerd's heart, ripping him apart. Noi and Sai's father prevent the villagers from entering Sai's body. Just before Ted is about to terminate Sai, monks appear. Ted became their target after they killed him. The monk asks Noi to carry Sai's body to the riverbank. He follows suit when he arrives at the river's side and takes Sai's body. Then several locals and Gerd's parents come after them. When they get at the riverbank, Noi places Sai's body inside the boat. He is assuring Sai that everything would be okay at the same time. "We'll take you to Bangkok, where you'll receive treatment and recuperate." As can be observed, Sai's body was seriously damaged, which made it impossible for her soul to enter her body. When Krasu, who is actually a ghost spirit, sees Noi's intense love and faith, she begins to cry. In order for them to get in Bangkok, it cuts the boat's anchor rope. Conversely, Noi can't stop sobbing as they are going to be apart for the first time. Sai is shot by Gerd's father in the interim. Sai's great love, Noi, dies in before of his eyes, and he will never see her again. And the movie ends. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.